Hello everybody, how are you all doing? Hope you're having an amazing day. Today we are doing another farm to table recipe where we get to harvest the vegetables, process it, and then cook it. And the reason why I'm sharing these farm to table videos with you is so that you can see the connection between where your food comes from and how it ends up in the body, because that whole journey is what nourishes us. I hear many people say they like to cook, but they hate to garden. And I just smile, because without, the farmers, without the people cultivating the vegetables, what are you cooking? And in my opinion, when you can make that connection between, how the food grows all the way to how it ends up on your table, you're more appreciative, you're more respectful of the food. Like, you will not overeat, you will not waste, because you know the work, you know the energy, you understand what it took to get that food to appear in your pot and then on your table. That's the reason why I'm doing this farm to table series. Let's go harvest some okra, some peppers, some sweet bitter leaves, and then I'll share with you how I do cook okra, that's how we call it in Cameroon, okra the Cameroonian way. Let's go. Welcome back. Yaje here. Quick reminder to subscribe to the channel if you have not yet done so. You know what I do here: promote, encourage, teach wellness, because I believe we all need to be healthy and fit. So we need about 15 to 20 pots of okra for this recipe. I'm using a recipe based loosely on Auntie Kate's cookery book. So we wash the okra, and then we are going to slice the okra up into very thin slices. Yes, you can use a food processor, you can use a blender, but I promise you it's different when done by hand. Plus, it's a lot of movement that we don't want to always outsource to gadgets. So try it this way. This is when cooking is therapeutic. All that time spending doing repetitive movements is therapeutic. So after we have cut up our okra into small pieces, what we're going to do next is add a small amount of water, and then we are going to whisk or whip that okra up to really bring out that mucilaginous substance in it. It happens to be very beneficial to your health. I'm using young bitter leaves, sweet bitter leaves as garnish, and as my veggies, we're going to slice that up into small pieces. You can substitute with spinach. A lot of African cooking uses smoked fish. This is smoked kuta or barracuda fish. If you don't have that, you can substitute with smoked turkey. Many people don't use tomatoes in their okra, but I do. It serves as a thickening agent, and it also helps to cut away at some of that slime. If you don't like slimy okra soup, add some tomatoes to it. It provides a little bit of sweetness, and then the acidity helps to reduce the slimy nature of okra. I always add hot chili peppers. These are papa's peppers for heat and flavor. And then I'm going to use onions as well. We are going to grind the onions up. You can grind or blend in the blender. And then we are also going to use palm oil. Palm oil is very nutritious, vitamin E. We also need crayfish. Crayfish is powdered shrimp. We're going to crush this and mix with water to form this paste right here. I always add my ginger garlic seasoning mix. I'm going to need about a tablespoon. And then I'm going to use KANWA. KANWA is limestone. I always make a solution, and then I just use the solution instead of the solid limestone. That way I don't get sand in my food. The role of the KANWA is to emulsify any fat that might be in there to make it easy on the stomach, and it also provides a unique taste. And next we need the protein. The main source of protein in here is beef. For me, you can also make this with fish or seafood and make it seafood okra. But the key here is to season your meat well. I always use salt, black pepper, and onions. And then I cook the meat in my pressure cooker, the instant pot, to really tenderize the meat. The best type of beef to use in okra is something that will have a little bit of bone, a little bit of tendon, a little bit of skin, maybe some tripe, a mix. It provides that richness, which is great in okra soup. Now we are ready to start cooking. I'm using a large pot. This is my African Le Creuset pot. I'm going to fish out the peppers so that I don't have the heat, but I have the flavor, and whoever wants heat can add it to their plate at the end of the cooking. The meat and the filleted fish have been cooking. I'm just going to add now my tomatoes in there, some black pepper powder, and then salt. And then now I'm coming in with that sweet bitter leaves, and next the KANWA solution, the limestone solution. I'm going to add the onions as well, and then go ahead and mix everything up. We're going to let this come to a boil and cook for maybe 3 minutes or so. Just look at that yumminess. All right, so now we're going to come in with our okra, our whipped okra, and mix everything up. Be careful, the okra is going to want to stick to the bottom of the pot. That's the reason why I keep stirring, and that's one advantage of using a large pot, so it doesn't boil and spill over and just make a mess on your cooking surfaces. And you want a steady heat source, high heat, steady heat source to cook your okra. We are going to cook the okra for maybe about 10 minutes, uncovered for about 10 minutes. So after about 10 minutes, then we are going to add the palm oil, maybe half a cup or so of that palm oil, between half to 1 cup. It just all depends on your personal preference. And then I'm adding the crayfish, the ground crayfish, and then just mixing everything up. At this point, all we need to do is taste and adjust seasoning, but we're going to cook it again for an extra 10 minutes. And then taste your seasoning and adjust. I'm trying to move away from Maggi cube, the seasoning cube. The recipe that I base this loosely off of is from Auntie Kate's cookery book. And in Auntie Kate's cookery book, there is no use of Maggi cubes or seasoning cubes. I truly believe that Maggi cubes, seasoning cubes makes for lazy cooks, because we don't take time to layer on the flavors. Okay, if you use enough of your black peppers, salt, the meats, ginger, garlic, fresh ingredients, you're not going to need to use a lot of seasoning cubes. Those are bad for your health. They make food hyper palatable, and then you overeat. What you're eating is the Maggi, is not the food. So when you start to eliminate Maggi cubes from your diet, then you learn to pay attention to the flavors, so you're actually enjoying the flavors. Okay, so what I added there was my ginger, garlic, anise seed mix, and my okra soup is coming together. You can see just how maybe easy it is. I don't want to say easy. Is it simple? It is a simple recipe. Out here, they have something known as gumbo, which is kind of similar, Gumbo is popular in Louisiana. This type of okra soup is popular in Africa. So yeah, you can enjoy this with gari, with yam fufu, with fufu corn, cassava fufu, rice fufu. But that's what we eat the soup with. Or you can just have it as is. I had mine as is. The rest of my family had it with yam fufu, but I'm always watching my diet. I'm kidding. I didn't need all of that carbs, so I just enjoyed my okra like that. Okra is very good for diabetics. It helps to lower blood sugar, and a whole host of other benefits. And when you grow it yourself, it is even more nourishing. I hope this video was useful to you. I hope you found some value. please give the video a thumbs up. Let me know how you cook your okra. Do you use tomatoes? Do you not? Do you use egusi? Do you not? There are different ways of doing it. Sometimes I will cook it with egusi, but when I don't do egusi, I will add the tomatoes in there. It thickens it up and it adds a different type of flavor profile. I hope you try the recipe, and most importantly, I hope you grow a garden. I truly believe that when you grow a garden, you grow health. I thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye.